for this quick media availability. Thank you for setting aside time, Carlos and Ma'am
Salamat
Cynthia.
po.
Alam
Salamat
ko, pagod ka na, Carlos, pero nginingitian mo pa rin. I'm seeing many photos of you, syempre. But it still feels like you're soaking in each and every moment. Parang ninanamnam mo talaga yung pakikipagkita mo sa mga tao, yung mga guesting mo. It looks like you're still, kahit na pagod ka, enjoying the moment.
Siyempre po, minsan lang din po yung Olympics and hindi rin po natin guaranteed na palagi tayo makakapasok sa Olympics. And minsan lang din po maging atleta. Binibigay ko rin po yung best ko and to show yung gratefulness ko po na binigay sa akin ng Panginoon Diyos po. I-appreciate po yung mga bagay-bagay po at pagpasalamatan po yung mga taong nagdadasal at naniniwala po sa akin po.
Grabe yung footage and the photos that we saw from the parade. It was grand. The welcome was warm. Parang in your wildest dreams, parang na-realize mo bang posible mangyari yun na kayong mga atletang Pilipino, i-welcome kayo ng ganon kainit habang pumaparada kayo patungo sa Rizal?
Hindi rin po kasi nung sa Tokyo Olympics po, ano din po kasi COVID po.
Pandemic pa,
yes po. Wala pong ganong experience. Sobrang parang Manny Pacquiao experience po yung na-experience ko this time. Kaya sobrang grateful po and blessed po talaga.
Kasi sa mga long-time fans ng Olympics, huli yata kaming nakakita ng ganong klaseng pagtanggap. Nung nanalo ng silver si Onyok Velasco back in 1996, may parada rin siya noon. And it appeared like, gano'n din karami yung tao. But I mean, the support for you and your fellow Olympians was just amazing. Ma'am Cynthia, did you see this when you first met Kaloy? Did you imagine that it could be as grand as this? Double Olympic champion and to be received this well by the Filipino people?
Not really. I knew he would be a champion, but I'm really impressed. You know, can you tell me how many people were cheering?
A lot.
It's millions. Yeah. No? It's impressive, very amazed. I was really amazed. And I'm so happy with all the Filipino people, how they, know what he went through, what we went through for this gold medal. Yeah.
Ma'am Cynthia, you've told me many stories before that you feel like you're a professional beggar for Carlos Yulo. Your words, not mine. Of course, Chairman MVP, our chairman here in our...
My hero.
Yep. Played a huge role.
Our hero,
for Carlos Yulo. Can you just tell us how it started, the whole relationship between GAP, your organization, and our chairman, Manny V. Pangilinan? How did it start?
Well, it started because we had when I found out that he's really worth putting money on him, because I saw that he could be a champion someday. His coach, the Japanese coach, was going to go abroad already, leave the Philippines, and I knew that they worked together quite well. So I said, what will happen? I need money to follow the coach.
To go to Japan?
To go to Japan. That's expensive. His schooling, his training, his everything. So, and Gymnastics Association at that time didn't have the money. Neither the Philippine Sports Commission was going to help me. I came to them and I said, no, I have an athlete that I can bring. They didn't want. They said, I'm sorry, gymnastics. They said, they didn't believe that there was going to be a gymnast someday that will win a medal. So, but when I went to Ricky Vargas listened to me, and I told him, Ricky, I promise you, someday he will win a gold medal. Just give me the money. So he said, okay. He said, I'll talk to Manny Pangilinan. And Manny Pangilinan came through, and he gave me the medal through Al Panlilio, the threesome.
Yeah.
And we came, you remember, I brought him to Al Panlilio. He said, he signed the contract, and he was giving us money all the time.
So ABAP Chairman Ricky Vargas and yourself from the Gymnastics Association, tag team, na now you created the 4 medals, right, for Paris 2024.
Yes, I thanked Ricky Vargas. That's why I was looking for him in Paris. Yeah. I wanted to really hug him and thank him. And one of the first telephone calls I got was for my
MVP, of course.
MVP, congratulating him. And
Carlos,
happy.
yeah. Carlos, we know that there was a lot of pressure from everyone, right? Lahat ng buong Pilipinas nakaasa sa iyo, not just to medal here in Paris 2024, but to win gold. Ikaw talaga yung tinignan to win that gold medal. But from your experience in Tokyo, ano yung nadala mong aral? What did you learn from that experience heading to your second Olympic stint?
Nung Tokyo po kasi, hindi din po ako ganun ka-confident sa kakayahan ko po eh. And hindi ko pa po talaga na-explore yung sarili ko po, yung true self ko po. Sobrang mayayain. Feeling ko ang liit ng galaw ko sa Tokyo talaga. And kahit preparado po akong pumunta doon, hindi talaga lumabas yung pinractice ko po talaga. And nasabi ko po siguro sa mga marami kong interviews after the Tokyo po na lahat ng magiging competition ko, revenge po, yung gano'n. Pero hindi po siya sustainable kasi talaga siguro mga dalawang competition, worn out na po talaga, nag-fade po talaga. Parang kailangan kong hanapin talaga yung sarili kong style. And yung personality ko outside gymnastics din. Kailangan din na i-balance yung sa personal life ko. Mas confident po ako. Mas kilala ko yung sarili ko. Masaya akong ginagawa yung gymnastics. Hindi lang siya revenge talaga eh. Parang pupunta ka doon na pag-aralan mo yung bawat movement, yung personality mo, kung paano mo i-handle yung difficulties. Kasi hindi din po palaging hindi ka palaging magaling eh. Like sa training, doon mo makikita na kahit nagkakamali ka, like na-appreciate mo pa rin yung pagkakamali po. Parang doon po talaga ako natuto. Mas positive po ako ngayon, like mentally, physically, and spiritually din po. Mas po talaga eh. Iba yung mas grow po, mas nag-mature po ako after po ng Tokyo.
Mas kilala mo na yung sarili mo ngayong Paris
Yes
2024. Carlos, for the first time ever, yung POC, syempre sa tulong ng Signal TV, were able to sponsor for a camp sa Metz, France. The weightlifters had their spot, the swimmers had their spot, boxers had their own area as well. But in terms of the facility, mukhang yung pinaka sumwakto talaga is gymnastics. Kasi Ma'am Cynthia, you could say that the facilities were also good in Metz. Gaano ka-importante yung panahon na yon that you were there in France already, na isang buwan pa lang, tapos talagang nakapag-focus ka sa training mo?
Unang-una po yung time po talaga. Nakapag-adjust po ako kasi hindi talaga madali mag-adjust po eh. Inabot po ako ng mga 1.5 linggo po para makapag-adjust po. Sa weather, medyo malamig po kasi nung pumunta po tayo din. And then, yung hinga po talaga, like, nahihirapan ako kasi sa atin po yung hinga po dito na usual po, sobrang init po kasi. And mabigat. Doon po kasi malamig, tapos di isa na yung lungs ko. So, kailangan kong makuha po yung tamang hinga niya. Tapos, sa training, nahihirapan din po talaga ako kasi yung adjustment po eh. Pero yung experience po na yun, sobrang laking tulong po connected sa naging performance ko po sa Olympics po.
Kasi dun sa trials mo, parang ramdam namin yung tension, di ba? Nanonood kami dun sa Tita Cynthia, we were also there. We were there watching. There was so much tension, di ba? Kasi yun nga eh, pinaghahandaan mo is not just to medal in the Olympics, but to win a gold. Gano'n naman ka-importante yung energy that was provided by your gymnastics teammates? Sila Emma, si Aliyah, tsaka si Levi. Kasi parang sila, they were a fun group, di ba? Parang sama-sama sila. Parang, how did they help you also in your training para kahit paano mabawasan yung tension on your shoulders?
Yeah, yung energy po, especially Emma po. Like, grabe energetic.
Sobrang positive kasi
sobrang
ng tao,
positive.
eh.
Nakakahawa po talaga. Yung last po na nag-training kami, napasayaw pa kami. Yeah. So, sobrang tuwa po and saya. Sobrang gaan po nila ka-training po and nakaka-inspire din po. Siyempre, natuto din po ako na kahit ganun pala na ganun mo tignan sa ganung perspective po. Matututo ka po and may mas makikita kang higher potential mo eh.
So they really help you out in your preparation.
Yes,
I'm
po.
sure
Yes, po.
marami rin
Baliktad.
yung naitulong nila.
Baliktad, he gave them inspiration.
Oh, of course, it works both ways. Ma'am Cynthia, your process with Kaloy, from discovering talent to winning an Olympic gold medal, it took you more than a decade, right? What
16.
lesson does this serve to all the NSAs out there? Because patience is required for you to turn raw talent into an Olympic champion.
Correct. I can tell you one story. When he went to the World Championships, when Coach Mooney told me I want to bring him to the World Championships, he was just really starting. I said, World Championship, that's the whole world. And he's junior, it's 18 years and under. I was worried he was not yet ready. I said, are you sure? Yeah, he needs exposure. So, okay, God, money again. There was no begging for. So we went to the World Champ, and I went with him. And he won third place. And when what he said, the technical official of all gymnastics, he came to me and he said, Cynthia, take care of that boy. If he did not fail in the Palmer horse, he would be a silver medalist in the World Championships. I said, oh, that's it. That's when we
It's time
started.
to beg for more money, right?
That's when we started.
And now you're sitting beside a double Olympic champion.
Yes,
Ma'am
I'm
Cynthia.
so proud of him. And, we work together and it's really, really great. And I wish all the, I wish all the NSAs had, not athletes, but athletes like him that appreciate what you're doing and appreciate, and also the NSA leader should also go out of the way for the athlete. They should work together.
Yeah.
That's the important thing.
Because the Filipino athlete is world class. We just need to give them the proper support.
Exactly. You said the right word.
Carlos, Ma'am Cynthia, we also welcome questions from our friends from the media. One question from Marty Bautista of News 5. Carlos, 2028 Olympics, I'm sure it's still, far from what you will be preparing for. But again, looking forward to it, to be a 3-time Olympian, is that still, part of your goal? Yun pa rin ba yung ultimate goal, the next step for you?
Of course po, right now, I have to work on my another plan po kasi magbabago po yung rules and kailangan kong maka-adapt po sa ganong rules ulit. Gusto ko this time po, ang target ko na maka-medal po sa individual po talaga this time. Yeah. Kasi ngayon po nalaman ko na medyo malayo pa pala ako sa pang-individual all around. More on floor ball talaga yung malakas ko po na apparatus kasi. Pero still, target ko pa rin po na makapag-medal sa floor vault and hopefully makapasok po talaga sa P-bar. And syempre, ang next na ultimate goal ko po sa all-around po talaga makapag-medal po.
How about Carlos Yulo with a team surrounding him for LA 2020? A men's team surrounding Carlos Yulo for LA.
Yeah, nakalimutan ko po. Ayun din po yung isa sa mga pangarap ko po na kasi pag nagka-medal po kami doon, hindi lang po ako yung may medal po.
Yes.
Like lahat po kami. And I'm really hoping po and praying po na maging healthy po yung mga teammates ko and magawa po namin yung pinapangarap po namin lahat po.
Carlos, when I was coming here, I was watching videos on Instagram. Tapos nakita ko, there was an Olympic gold medalist from US. Compare yung incentives niya doon sa incentives mo parang medyo manipis yata yung sa US. A question from Marty Bautista is, anong plano mo sa cash incentives mo? Is there something that you really want to get for yourself? Parang meron ka bang gustong i-gift sa sarili mo? Kasi kanina, I think an hour ago, may bagong kotse ka na, di ba? yun yung bagong labas. So congratulations. That's a very nice car. But is there something that you want to get for yourself still? Diba? Parang a little token just to reward yourself for all of the efforts.
Actually, hindi ko po talaga iniisip pa po kung ano yung mga nakukuha ko po actually talaga eh. Na-appreciate ko po talaga yung mga help po pero yung gold medal po talaga, yung grabe.
That's the ultimate prize.
Yeah, ayun po yung detail po talaga nun eh. Sobrang thank you po talaga sa mga naka-recognize din po sa amin. And nabigyan po kami ng parangal po din. Ngayon, like, focus po ako na sa personal life ko and to balance it po. Siyempre, after stressful po na competition and mahaba-haba na pagpaplano, nakamit ko din po yung pinapangarap ko po sa buhay. Kaya sobrang salamat po talaga kay Lord po.
Questions from News 5 Digital, kina Von Belinario and Jonathan Buena. After you rest and recuperate, after you spend time with your loved ones, yung mga nakapaligid sa'yo ngayon, ano yung mga naka-line up mo na tournaments in the near future? When are we going to see Carlos Yulo compete again?
Actually po, yun din po yung isa sa mga isasama ko po sa plano ko po. Kasi right now, natapos ko po yung end plan po, yung game po eh, which is yung Olympics po. Kailangan ko po ulit mag-search ng mga competitions po again na sasalihan. And of course, mga training plans, scheduling po ng mga trainings ko and competition. Ngayon pa lang po. Pero bala ko rin po mag-training camp ulit po ng gaya po ng ginawa ko na preparation for the Olympics po kasi sobrang laki po na natutunan ko and feeling ko po mas mag-grow po ako pag ganun po yung ginawa ko po eh.
A question from Denise Valdesancho of One News and One PH. With you winning 2 gold medals and then meron na rin tayong representatives in women's gymnastics, do you think the Philippines can be a powerhouse in the near future? For example, for LA 2028, are you expecting more gymnasts to compete? Kasi Ma'am Cynthia, I think her ultimate goal is to have a team both in men's and women's. Do you see the same? Kaya ba nating maging competitive in a world level in this sport?
Yes po. Kayang-kaya naman po. Pero yung realidad lang po ba, medyo mahirap pa rin po talaga makamedal po sa team po eh. Yes, sobrang challenging po noon para sa mga atletang Pilipino, mga gymnast po. Pero other than gymnastics po, I think mas marami po yung magko-compete sa Olympics ng mga Pilipinos po. And sobrang excited na po ako para sa mga iba pa pong mga atleta na magsha-shine sa 2028 po.
Question from the Philippine Star, Joey Villar and Ms. Janelle Lozano. Similar question to Marty Bautista. They also want to ask na dahil si Heidelin Diaz, pagkatapos niyang manalo ng gold medal, nag-start siya ng Heidelin Diaz Weightlifting Academy to really help the grassroots. Is this something that you are planning for in the future? Siyempre, nasabi mo naman multiple times that you want to give back to the sport that, made you a double gold medalist.
Yes po. Pero this time po, I'm still doing kasi gymnastics po. Ganun pa rin po. Focus po talaga sa gymnastics po muna. And after career ko, kasi gusto ko rin po mag-coaching po sa gymnastics and help other kids po. So, di ko pa po siya iniisip sa ngayon. Pero sa future, ayun po yung gusto ko pong gawin po.
And for all of those companies right now that are showering incentives to not just you but for our other Olympians, do you want them to also be present for other athletes na sumusubok maging Carlos Yulo, sumusubok maging Heidelin Diaz? How do you want to be helped? Diba? Paano pa matutulungan ng private sector yung mga atletang mas bata sa'yo, yung mga katulad mo who are also looking for them to improve themselves, not just here in the Philippines but worldwide?
Yung help po kasi hindi lang po about sa financial po eh. Marami pong aspects po na pwedeng matulungan po yung mga athletes po talaga. Sa Philippines po siguro, introduce po yung mga sports sa school po talaga.
Yeah.
Start po later on, kung gusto talaga po nila ituloy yung napili pong sports po ba. Nandiyan naman po yung Philippine Sports Commission and POC po na kaya po mag-accommodate ng mga athletes po. Siguro sa knowledge lang naman po tayo kulang po pagdating sa sports po. Yung mga ganong aspect po talaga yung nakikita ko pong kulang. Kasi sa Japan po, nung nag-training po ako doon, grabe po yung culture ng sport nila. Like, yung paano po ba, kahit manalo, matalo, like, iba-iba po sila ng pinanggagalingan. And iba-iba din po ng goal. Yung iba hanggang college lang, pero grabe yung work ethic nila. So, ayun po, ma-introduce lang po yun sa Philippines. And mas maging open po tayo sa pagdating sa sport. Maraming bata rin po kasing natutulungan pag pumapasok sa sports. Imbes na like, nakatambay po pa. Like, mas lalaro sa gymnastics, sa athletics, basketball. Yung mga ganun po, like, gusto ko po mas i-encourage and mas palawakin pa po yung ganun po.
Carlos, you've told this time and again, yung panalo ni Carlos Yulo ay panalo ng lahat ng Pilipino. What does this, what message does this give to all the Filipinos out there? Kung hindi man sila atleta, someone who's just an ordinary person, what does your victory, what should it mean to everyone, to every Filipino out there?
Para sa akin, hope po talaga yun. Grabe. Huwag tayo mawalan ng pag-asa kahit sa mga may hirap na challenges sa buhay. Tuloy-tuloy po natin kung ano yung pangarap natin sa buhay. Okay lang madapa ng madapa kasi doon tayo natututo po talaga. And wala pong pagkatalo talaga sa mga experience sa buhay. Puro learnings po yung nakukuha natin and na-experience natin. And syempre, palagi pong nagpapasalamat talaga sa Diyos na hindi niya tayo pinapabayaan. Binigyan po tayo ng ganitong talento, ganitong opportunity na ipakita sa buong mundo na may kakayahan ka and syempre may talento ka, pwede kang maka-inspire ng ibang tao. Yung ganun po yung pinaka-message ko na hope po talaga yung sinasabi ko na ang panalo ko ay panalo nating lahat po.
Carlos Yulo, thank you for the time.
Salamat po.
Maraming salamat. Once again, your double gold medalist from Paris 2024, Carlos, the Golden Boy, Yulo. At dyan po magwawakas itong maliit na press conference for everyone dito po sa Media Quest, Signal TV, TV5, and Filipinas Live. We do thank you for joining us. Thank you, Ma'am Cynthia Carrion, for joining us as well. Good afternoon, everyone, and we'll see you next time. Once again, everyone, hey!